How to determine if you have hemorrhoids. You probably suspect that you have hemorrhoids but aren't quite sure. There are other problems that may appear to be hemorrhoids but are actually more serious if not as painful. In any case, continue reading and I'll go through the various signs that could point to you having this condition. Please note that the only way to know for certain is to go to a doctor and have yourself examined. One way to tell if you might have hemorrhoids is after a bowel movement. If you see signs of blood, even if it's a drop or two, this may be a sign of having this condition. Please note that blood on the toilet paper could be the sign of something more serious such as colon or rectal cancer. So if you see blood in the stool or on the toilet paper, please see a doctor immediately. Another way to tell is if you feel some kind of a protrusion coming out of the anal canal after having a bowel movement. This is almost always the sign. Now, having said that, depending on how much of a protrusion and how easy or difficult it is for the protrusion to retract back into the anal canal, that will determine what stage the condition is in. The stages go from 1 to 5. Stage 1 is the mildest. After a bowel movement, the bulge stays within the anal canal itself and never actually exits. You may feel some discomfort or none at all, and the only way you may even know is if you see blood on the toilet paper. Stage 2 is where the bulge actually protrudes from the anal canal. If you run your finger along the edge of the ends, you can feel it bulging. However, with stage 2, the bulge immediately goes back into the anal canal after a bowel movement. Stage 3 is where the bulge protrudes from the anal canal and has to be pushed back in with a finger or tissue. At stage 3 is where hemorrhoids begin to become more severe and painful. This is usually where most sufferers experience the most pain or discomfort. Stage 4 is where the hemorrhoid itself is always outside of the anal canal. This is usually where surgery or some kind of fixative procedure is needed to correct the condition. Contrary to what most people believe, internal and external hemorrhoids can both bulge out of the anal canal. The only difference between the two is where each one is located. Internal are located inside the ends, whereas external are located at the edge of the ends. I personally suffered from stage 4 external prolapsed hemorrhoids for over 10 years. To say it was not fun would be a gross understatement. At times, the pain was unbearable. Fortunately, I was able to correct my condition without surgery. You can read my personal story in my free report to hell and back in my signature below. If you do suffer from this condition, you may be relieved to discover that there is hope. Discover how I cured my hemorrhoids 100%.